Yo, let's go ahead and talk about exponential growth and decay. So this is a variation of the exponential function that we talked about before, but now we're going to go ahead and use that to apply some sort of growth or some sort of decay. And to go ahead and talk about the formula, this is what the formula looks like. It's f of t is equal to a times 1 plus or minus r raised to the tth power. So, if I ever want to talk about exponential growth, then this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this formula with the plus sign. And if I want to talk about exponential decay, then it's the other one. F of t is equal to a times 1 minus r raised to the tth power. Now, what the heck? What are these? So, if I were to go ahead and label this f of t, by the way, is what we call our final value. And this a over here is our initial value. And this right here, this r, that's our rate. And usually we convert that from percent to decimal. And then t stands for our time. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and use these formulas for specific word problems and figure out what the final value of whatever it's asking for. So here's an example. Spotify is sponsoring an artist challenge by offering a $100 gift card. Once a day, users are given one chance to text the name of the artist who plays the song of the day. If nobody correctly identifies the artist, the prize increases by 2.5% for the next day. How much will the gift card be worth if no one wins after 10 days? So what I want to do here is I'm trying to figure out if this is an exponential growth or is it an exponential decay. So I'm looking for a key word here. And I see the word increase. If I'm talking about exponential growth means increase, go up, or, other synonyms that, relate to the word growth. So this is an exponential growth, and I'm going to use the formula f of t is equal to a times 1 plus r raised to the tth power. Okay? I can't just figure out the answer automatically without defining my variables. So let's go ahead and define what a, r, and t are. So let's figure out what a is, and then r, and then t, and then start plugging it in. So what is my a? What is my a? My a, again, is my initial value. What did I start off with? So it seems like my initial value is $100. I start with $100. So I'm going to put $100 over here. And then the rate, usually the word problem gives you a percent. So I'm going to look for the percent and then convert that into a decimal. So let's use green. And I see 2.5% over here. So let's go ahead and convert that into percent. What I have to do is I take this percent, 2.5, and then I divide that by 100. That should give me 0.025. Now, I just made this into a percent, or I turned this from a percent into a decimal right here. So my decimal, or my rate, is 0.025. And then my time is 10. because it says how much will the gift card be worth if no one wins after 10 days. Okay, so let's start plugging it in. I have f of t, which is 10, and then anything on the right side, whenever I see a t, I'm going to replace t with 10, is equal to my initial value, 100, times 1 plus 0.025, which is my rate, raised to the 10th power. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start simplifying. We can see that in the inside, 100 plus 0.025 over here, that's just going to be changed to 100 times 1.025 raised to the 10th power. And if I put this in my calculator, I should get 128.008, but I'm going to change that and, round it to the nearest cent. So it would be $128, or you can just say 128.01. And that's it. This is the final value after 10 days. Okay, so this is an example of exponential growth. Now let's do an example where we have exponential decay. It says a newly purchased $3,000 4K HD television depreciates by about 7% per year. How much will it be worth after 7 years? So what I got to do, again, you got to figure out whether this is an exponential growth or an exponential decay, but we see the word depreciates, which just means decay or decreasing. So this is going to be helpful for our situation over here. So this is an exponential decay. So I got to use the formula f of t is equal to a times 1 minus r raised to the tth power. Let's go ahead and define our variables. So a is our initial value, which is 3,000. And then r is our rate. Remember, the rate is the percent now converted into a decimal. So this 7% over here, I'm going to change that to 7 divided by 100. And 7 divided by 100, it should give you 0.07. So our new rate is 0.07. And then lastly, our t is just 7 years. So I write 7 over there. Start plugging them in. I have f of 7 is equal to my initial value, which is 3,000, times 1 minus 0.07 raised to the 7th power. Sorry, yes, 7th power. So if I were to simplify that, I should get, what's 1 minus 0.07? That should be 0.93. Raised to the 7th power. And if I'm going to go ahead and just put this in my calculator, I should get this number, 1,805.1026. I'm going to go ahead and round that to the nearest cent or nearest hundredths. So this right here is my hundredths. I need to round to that spot. And I see that 2 follows that 0. So since 2 is below 5, I don't do anything. This does not change whatsoever. So my final answer should be 1,805.10. And this is my answer. Okay. Hope you had fun. Toodles!